Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with the Kern County Sheriff's Office investigating a homicide in Rosamond. KCSO says deputies were dispatched to 40th Street near Gaskell Road in Rosamond yesterday for reports of a dead person. When they arrived, deputies located an unresponsive male adult inside a travel trailer with trauma to his body. The victim was declared dead at the scene. The identity of the man has not been released. Anyone with information about this case is urged to call the Sheriff's Office at 861-3110 or the Secret Witness Hotline at 322-4040. And Bakersfield Police is investigating a shooting that injures one in East Bakersfield. It happened around 3:30 this morning on Monterey Street near Niles Street. BPD says they found a man with a gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital with what police describe as non-life-threatening injuries. No suspect information has been released at this time. And an early morning car chase lands at least one person behind bars. According to Bakersfield Police, it happened just before 3 this morning. Officers attempted to pull over a vehicle on Kentucky and Baker Street. The vehicle fled, leading police on a pursuit. The chase at one point went all the way out to Interstate 5. The chase ended at 4:25 this morning on Panama Street. BPD arrested at least one person. Now, details are still very limited at this time. And an early morning semi catches fire, causing delays along Highway 99. According to the California Highway Patrol, 2 lanes of the 99 north of Merrill Hager Drive were closed because of the trailer fire. Now, all lanes have since reopened at this time. Kern County Fire says the semi was carrying seafood at the time of the crash. CHP says no one was injured. Now, it's been 65 days since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West were reported missing from their California City home. 17's Perla Shaheen spoke with the city's chief of police and joins us now in studio with more. Perla.
I reached out to our viewers to ask, what do you want to know about the case? I then brought those questions to the chief of police, John Walker. Chief Walker was more clear than ever that he believes there's very little chance the boys disappeared on their own. He says they couldn't have gotten out of that neighborhood without the assistance of an adult. He says there are dozens of persons of interest, but no one has been charged for taking the boys. The FBI has already taken and searched the phones of the adoptive parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West. Chief Walker says the FBI found pictures of the boys on their phones, but neither has shared those photos with the public. They are the last to have seen the boys.
Initially, we couldn't find anybody who had seen the kids, but we did actually find other neighbors who had actually seen kids there. They'd only been there 3 months, COVID, all those things, cold weather, all that can attribute to that. You know, they had a huge backyard with a big fence. So, and you know, here in California City, you've been to the neighborhood. There's large vacant lots between the properties.
Find the full interview with Chief Walker on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link. Perla Shaheen, 17 News.
All right, thanks for that, Perla. And police need your help in finding an at-risk missing teen. According to Bakersfield Police, Braylon Thomas was last seen Monday on Merrily Avenue near New Vintage Grill in Northwest Bakersfield. BPD says she has no history of running away. Thomas is 16 years old, 5'3" and 135 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen in a black hooded sweatshirt, blue jeans, and carrying 2 black backpacks. If you've seen her, call BPD at 327-7111. And Wasco Mayor Alex Garcia and other officials are hosting another neighborhood safety meeting this week. Now, due to a rise in crime, the meeting will focus on new safety programs. The city approved a new rebate program to help homes and businesses afford security cameras in their neighborhoods. The community meeting is tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. at the playground on the corner of 15th and D Streets. Dinner and face masks will be provided. Kern County Public Health has just released the latest coronavirus cases in Kern County. Public Health reported 195 new cases today and 0 new deaths. More than 8,700 people are isolated at home with an active case of the virus. According to the state health data, 172 people are in the hospital and 49 are in the ICU. 786 people have died from the virus. And new data shows Kern County could soon move back to the red tier of coronavirus restrictions. The state of California uses 3 categories to determine whether or not a county is ready to ease restrictions. The adjusted case rate is 18.5, testing positive for every 100,000 people. We need that number to drop below 8 in order to meet the red tier metric. But we have already met the standards set by the state when it comes to positivity rate. Kern's positivity rate in the most disadvantaged areas sits at 10.9%, just over the 8% needed to move into the red tier. Public Health says we still have a long way to go, but we're seeing the tail end of the winter surge. Now, if we do meet red tier numbers next Tuesday, we will have 1 more week to go until we can start moving into the red tier. In the meantime, the state of California has introduced a new way for you to sign up to get the vaccine. The state is now allowing all eligible groups in Kern County to sign up for a vaccine appointment. That includes anyone 65 years or older. Healthcare workers and first responders also remain eligible for the vaccine. And teachers, childcare workers, those in emergency services, and people who work in the food industry can now get in line for their shot. You can sign up for an appointment at myturn.ca.gov to register for the vaccine. You can also call 833-422-4255. And last night, the Arvin City Council made it official. A mobile COVID-19 vaccination clinic is coming to the city, known as the Garden in the Sun. Council members voted to approve the use of the Arvin Veterans Hall as a site to administer vaccines. You may recall Governor Gavin Newsom toured the building on Monday. The governor said it is one of 11 new mobile vaccination sites set up to pop up in the Central Valley by the end of this week. Each site is set to administer roughly 420 doses daily. Arvin leaders hope to have it up and running by Friday. And millions of Californians and thousands of small businesses will officially have access to some financial relief through the Golden State's version of a stimulus package. Governor Gavin Newsom yesterday marked the final signature of approval on a $7.6 billion state stimulus package. The package provides $600 direct payments to about 5.7 million working Californians, including those making less than $30,000 a year, immigrants or others without Social Security numbers who pay taxes in the state making less than $75,000 a year, and others who did not qualify for federal stimulus payments. Most will receive payments a few weeks after filing their 2020 taxes. The economic relief package provides more than $2 billion in grants for small businesses, those impacted by the state's rules requiring them to shut down, shift, or scale back services amid the pandemic. Now, we have been cooped up in our homes for almost a year now, and with the warmer weather here, you may be finding yourself craving to get outdoors. Now, several studies have looked at the impact of vitamin D on COVID-19. Sunlight has numerous benefits, including boosting our health, improving our sleep, and strengthening our body's immune system. Now, joining us once again is Jessica Myers, an integrative health and herbal expert. Now, Jessica, lucky for us, we live in Kern County where it is gorgeous almost year-round. Tell us about those benefits that sunlight provides us.
Well, I am certainly enjoying this weather this week. It is gorgeous, and I hope that you and everyone has a chance to get outside. Because when we are exposed to sunlight, it actually triggers the body to increase production of serotonin. So you might be familiar with serotonin as the happiness hormone, which is produced in both our gut and our brain. And serotonin helps to make us feel calm, focused, and of course, happy.
Now, I know also we briefly talked about this a little earlier about the sunlight benefits. It also helps with your sleep. And I know we've talked before, people are having so many, difficulties sleeping. There's just so much chaos going on in the world. How does that add as a factor too?
So when you get outside in the morning, so before 10 a.m., for 10 to 15 minutes of sunshine without wearing any sunglasses, it helps to cement your circadian rhythm. So that's that sleep-wake cycle that regulates your melatonin production that helps you sleep at nighttime. So when you get outside in the morning, it really helps you have more energy during the day because it triggers your body to know that it's not time to sleep. It's bright, sunny outside time. And that will end up helping you to sleep better later that night.
And I think it's so important to touch on the fact that, you want to get out in the morning before 10 a.m. because the sun is really powerful throughout the afternoon. It can have really harmful effects on the body. So there are certain times throughout the day that are best to get outdoors.
Absolutely. So we want to try and avoid that time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the sun's rays are the strongest and you're more likely to get sunburned, and really stick to that morning time before 10 a.m. when we're trying to get all the mood and sleep benefits from that sunshine, and then also getting some sunshine out in the later afternoon as well.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us once again. You always provide us such insightful information with so many people just struggling amid the pandemic. This is just one little ray of sunshine, as you will.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm so glad I can help.
All right. Have a good afternoon, okay?
Thanks.
In your 17 Business Watch, new shops are on the way to Southwest Bakersfield. The 8,000 square foot building is currently under construction at the Shops at Riverwalk across from P.F. Chang's on Stockdale Highway. Mark Fick, the assistant building director for the city, says Bath & Body Works and Sephora have submitted plans for the space. No word yet on when the building will be completed. Finally at noon, the Hub of Bakersfield is looking to spread art across the city. They announced yesterday it will provide 10 grants to local artists to decorate utility boxes with paintings celebrating diversity. The application process for Cash for the Arts 2021 begins tomorrow, and those selected will receive a $500 grant and $100 budget for paint and supplies. To qualify, artists must be local and have a clear vision for their design. The utility boxes are located in East Bakersfield, Homemaker Park, and Old Town Kern. The application process closes March 15th, and winners will be announced by March 31st. To apply, just visit the link on our website, kget.com.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.